In this video, we're gonna have a look at some of the people that make up another faction in my fantasy worldbuilding project, Heroes of the Ravaged Gardens. We've seen a few of their soldiers already. The semi-nomadic Agir, who seemingly walk uninhibited through the forests of Moulin. Traditionally, the Agir get by on hunting, foraging, trading and slash-and-burn agriculture. Notably missing from that list is raising livestock. They breed and do on occasion eat mocha, their pack animals, and dogs, but that's not the main purpose of keeping either animal. Keeping herds of cows or pigs, as is common among the Aonach, or mountain goats and horses, as the Maraki do, is incompatible with the Agir lifestyle. These animals are too vulnerable to the dangers of the forests, and in the worst cases attract large predators. But times are changing. This is an Agir shepherd, driving a flock of sheep. 30 years ago, the Runmary Landing, an event I'll cover another time, brought not only blood magic to Mourn, but also sheep. Sheep are foreign and weird to many Mourn predators, who doesn't target them as often, so they can be herded at least short distances with less casualties. And Aonach demand has made the sheep market a very lucrative one. Now some clans keep massive mobs and migrate only between Aonach city adjacent settlements, breaking the Agir livestock taboo and disrupting the ancient migration calendars. Along with profits and envy, discourse grows between the sheep-herding clans and the orthodox Agir. The Agir have long been famous for high-quality woven fabrics. Here's a weaver showing off a very simple loom of a model that can be easily dismantled or assembled in order to get some weaving done in camp during migration. When properly set up in the settlements, the professional weavers utilize more complicated contraptions, but most families still have a simple machine like this in their residence. Along with simple but popular designs like stripes, the Agir like to weave complex patterns and embroider fabrics with flowers and natural patterns or motifs from the Agir mythos. In these stories, they follow their pantheon of animal gods, their descendants, and a certain folk hero through various mishaps and adventures. Hunters may decorate their clothes with wolves or hares, athletes with bears, weavers with spiders, and merchants with beetles. Someone needs to move all that fabric from the weavers to those that use it, be it other Agir, Ammonites or Maraki. This is where the many Agir merchants get to work. With the Agir having the skills necessary to safely traverse Mourn, they naturally function well as merchants, organizing trade between all the different factions and their communities. They often carry Maraki metal goods and art, Aonach coffee and tobacco, and Agir fabrics and other crafts. A popular category of goods among both Agir and Aonachs are occult items relating to the Agir mythos. For example, the lacquered wooden idol this guy is selling has its root in a common Agir folktale. Once there was a boy that was always jumping on the rocks by the river, pushing his friends in the water and laughing at him. His parents warned him, "Do not play by the river, you will drown or be eaten." But of course, he didn't listen. Eventually, the parents went to a row witch in the forest and asked her for help. She put a spell on the boy, turning him into a tree and rooting him in the ground. This couldn't stop the boy. He yanked himself up by the roots, and to this day is still jumping along the rivers as a tree, pushing careless people into it. The idol, a caricature of a roe, is supposed to guard you from the leaping tree, so it's common to bring one with you when you go fishing or bathing. If you can't afford one, you might get by just by making a little stone sculpture of one. Getting back to the merchant, his open vest is supposed to symbolize openness and honesty, and the short cut-on horns of his hat denotes modesty. Athletic games are immensely popular among the Agir. They compete in running, tree climbing, weightlifting, tug of war, long jump and more. Most popular is wrestling. In Agir wrestling, you start a round when both participants' hands touch the ground, like in Sumo. Punches are allowed. You win if your opponent touches the ground outside the ring or submits. In the larger clans, professional wrestlers can make a living as part of a stable, but in most clans, anyone that wants to still can and do compete. The Agir really like their big horned headpieces, and the wrestling champions often wear a very flamboyant one. They do limit the size during the actual fight though. In order to avoid danger when migrating between settlements, the whole clan sometimes need to travel as silently as possible. That means no music, no singing, no shouting, no talking. But that won't stop them from enjoying a good game. Imagine a wrestling match while on the move. A ring of 1,000 silent people, and in the middle, two champions slam into each other to the low chorus of the wind, rustling leaves, quick steps, and heavy punches. And that's all for today. It's very satisfying to finally have these characters and their culture start to take proper form once I get them out of my head and onto the screen. Once we get the final faction, the Aonach Commoners video out, I'm looking forward to start exploring more of the actual world of the world building project. Until then, bye!